Right.
I did that first album with them,
Right.
Picking Up the Pieces. And then there was a thing where Richie Furay, we made the album, and then I called in and I said, well, I want to come down and listen to the mixes. And Richie, for some reason, they thought that him and Jimmy Messina should just do it alone. And I said, well, if that's the way it's going to be, I said, I don't feel like a member of the band. Richie said, okay, so you can quit, kind of thing. So then I left. It was just simple as that. And I went back to Nebraska and worked as with a friend of mine that owns a John Deere dealership. I was like a parts man for about 8 months. And then Ricky Nelson called me, and I played with him for a while. And he said, Randy, they were doing Rudy the Fifth, I think it was. And in the meantime, I had started like a group back there, like I was playing from 9 to maybe 1 in the morning, and then getting to work later every day at the John Deere dealer. And pretty soon Rick called, and he says, can you come out and just do a couple of songs because we want to hear your bass playing. So I came out, and then it started all over again. Then I started playing with Linda Ronstadt and Glenn and Don, and that was after Poco. And then a friend of mine, Steve Love, which was from Philadelphia, he was going to a college in Nebraska. He was in my band. He played guitar, and I didn't want to let Rick down. So I told Rick, I said, I've got a guy that sings just the high parts perfect, and he can play bass anytime he wants. And so I got Steve a job with Rick, so I didn't let Rick down, in his band. And then I went on with Don and Glenn. And then we got Bernie from the Burrito Brothers. He had just left. I mean, John Boylan was a big part of that, the producer. But yeah, God, I remember the first time I played with Linda Ronstadt up in San Jose, California at Chuck's Cellar. And God, it was so fun playing with Don and Glenn. That's when it all started. Don and Glenn had known me from the Troubadour with Poco, because Glenn was in a group called Long Branch Penny Whistle with J.D. Souther. And Henley had just come out with a group called from Texas called Shiloh. And that's how we kind of met, because they saw me playing with Poco, and then we all got together with, with David Geffen and everything. And like the Hall of Fame, we all kind of got back together. No, it was fun. We got to get on stage together, Bernie and I, and the whole group. Timothy Schmidt and Joe Walsh. We just played it, and I got up to speak, and I'm not a very good person at that. So it was like, hotty, hotty, ha.
I mean, look at the Eagles' greatest hits.
I know, and I got that reward finally.
What do you mean you got the reward?
Well, the album thing.
Oh, is that right? Like
when they presented it, they didn't, like Bernie Ledden and I didn't get like we weren't even notified, but we had to call, and we finally got our deal.
Oh, no way!
Yeah, it was kind of because when I quit, it was like, Timothy Schmidt joined the group, and then it was like, Timothy's the guy, and I can't blame them for that. All that stuff of all the arguing between the Eagles is over now.
So do you even still hang out with them, or you just kind of know them still? And
Not really. I mean, this next Tuesday, I'm going to do a benefit for a friend of mine, Fred Wallachy, which was, he was the guy that all of us bought instruments from with the Eagles, and he became like just one of the group almost.
Right.
And he had like a bad deal with his throat. He had a cancer in the throat. And so this next Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to do a benefit for him. And there's Don Henley's going to play, Linda Ronstadt, Jackson Brown, all these people.
Oh, wow.
And it's like we're all doing it for Fred, because he's our friend, and it's going to be really fun. But, like the Hall of Fame, we all kind of got back together.